Like, what inspired you to do PhD? Uh,
What inspired me to do PhD, to complete
yes.
PhD?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's a very interesting story, you can say, because since childhood it was my dream to become a doctor. But
Okay.
for some reason I got married in very early age, when I was when I was 16. At that time I got married. And
Mm-hmm.
means after marriage, as you know, that for female it's not a piece of cake to continue your study along with your household chores and all responsibilities which all women mostly feel after marriage. Lots of
Mm-hmm.
responsibilities on their whole shoulders. So
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, it was my dream. So rather than completing all my household chores and duties, maintaining and caring my family members, in-laws and all, I continue with my study. And
I started, lecturership. I got chance to teach in women's college. Then I started teaching as a lecturer in a college, and it was means almost 15 years I was in the college as a lecturer, and that's why
You. Yes, ma'am. So as you mentioned, you got early marriage like in the age of 16. So I must say that time was also much different. Like previous maybe 20 or 25 years.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that time I can say the facilities was not as much as now. The next question, I always curious to know about past things. So, what was the biggest challenge during your PhD?
it's a very important question. I would love to share my feelings at that time when I was pursuing my PhD degree. Actually, that time, leave saying anything regarding Android phone. At that time, even I means I don't have books. There was no any library. There was no any option. There was no any sources. And doing PhD at that time was not a joke. Was not a piece of cake. You can say it was hard nut to crack. So
Mhm,
as I didn't have any space, there was no any facilities, like there was no and you know that during PhD you need lots of resources to means write down your thesis. You need lots of resources, and if you don't have any library nearby, and you will be surprised to know that at that time there was no any connectivity to go university regularly. There was no any bus connection. There was no any train route was there at that time, and it
mhm,
was quite difficult for me to complete PhD.
mhm,
But now in this time, what I see means drastic change. There is no need to go to any library when you can directly means enter into any social site. You will get every topic from chat GPTs and Google and any many kind of resources and apps now in these days
mhm.
available on social media.
You?
good afternoon, Suman. Thank you so much. I'm pretty good. And what about you? How are you?
Yes, I'm also buzzing with positive vibe because I'm talking to you after long efforts, I can say, after so many efforts, we are
Yes.
finally here to talk each other. So it's my privilege to have you on my YouTube channel. So thank you so much for texting me. Please tell me how has your day been so far?
Yeah, my day was good, and whatever work I had, I completed it at time, so there was no any issue. And today, when I came to WhatsApp group, and then I saw that you drop a message that you want to make videos conversation with anyone, then I send you a message that yeah, I am okay. But because I
Okay.
just want to now, I just want to be uh, comfortable with video call also, because I am not into
Mhm.
so much camera friendly and all. So I just want to boost my confidence in front of the camera. So
Mhm.
I hope you
Yeah.
will support me.
Yes, I will definitely, ma'am. So, ma'am, as we are meeting for the first time on the video call, and still we had a conversation on audio call, but I would love to know about you for our viewers and for me also. So, please introduce yourself.
Thank you so much, Suman, giving me this opportunity for introducing myself, and also you are giving your precious time to me to make conversation. I also feeling so privileged today. My name is Dr. Neela Mishra. I am from Jharkhand and connecting you from Dhanbad. And Dhanbad is a very known and popular city in Jharkhand. not only Jharkhand but also you can say in India. Dhanbad city is a very popular city because of the coal mines and minerals resources, and I feel proud to be here. And as for my education is concerned, I have completed a master degree and then PhD from Binoy University, Hazaribagh. Professionally, I was a lecturer previously, and I have I think almost 15 years experience of lecturership. And during the COVID period, for some health issue and family issue, I had to drop my job, and I started my own business. I now in this time I run my girls hostel and taking care of my family. I love talking to different kind of people from a diverse background. And since few days, not only few days, but I would say that few years I'm trying to enhance this language, and that's why I'm here. And what I would say that hobby, if you would say regarding hobby, then my there is no any specific hobby I can say that, because I enjoy everything. Whenever I get opportunity to do anything, like I do, like reading books, traveling, listening music, cooking, means especially I love to connect with people, because I'm
Mhm.
from political background. That's why it's my hobby, you can say, and necessity, you can say.
Yes,
So
yes,
these are
exactly
all
right.
very small introduction of mine. Yeah.
That's a really amazing to know about, ma'am. So I would like to say once again, it's my privilege to have you here and to get me opportunity, because as you mentioned, you have done PhD and you already in a social work like political. So I will definitely learn from you so many things today. Okay, so my first question is that uh, like what inspired you to do PhD? Like,
What inspired me to do PhD, to complete
yes.
PhD?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's a very interesting story, you can say, because since childhood it was my dream to become a doctor. But
Okay.
for some reason I got married in very early age, when I was in when I was 16. At that time I got married. And
Mm-hmm.
means after marriage, as you know that for female it's not a piece of cake to continue your study along with your household chores and all responsibilities which all women mostly feel after marriage. Lots of responsibilities on their whole shoulders. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, it was my dream. So, rather than completing all my household chores and duties, maintaining and caring my family members, in-laws, and all, I continue with my study. And as being doctor is, after marriage, being a doctor is was not a piece of cake, I said. But means as I got married at the age of 16, that's why my matriculation result was not very means percentage what was not very poor, you can say. So I could
Mm-hmm.
not take science stream, and that's why I have to pursue, I had to pursue arts stream. And means with those subject like history, economics, political science, which was means quite easy for me to
Mm-hmm.
carry on with my household responsibilities. And in
Mm-hmm.
this way I means switch my dream that okay, no problem, if I could not take science, no problem, I will take higher study, I will go for higher study, and ultimately I will get that means doctorate degree before my name. So after marriage, as I was continue with my study, so I completed matriculation, intermediate, then honors, then PG, then PhD. And as you know that PhD means PhD means doctorate. And as a physician doctor, MBBS, as a means either you do MBBS or do PhD. DR
Mm-hmm.
is same for both. That's
Yes,
why.
yes.
And in this way I started.
I started doing PhD, and after completing, I started, lecturership. I got chance to teach in women's college. Then I started teaching as a lecturer in a college, and it was in almost 15 years I was in the college as a lecturer, and that's why it said that my dream came true because of the that doctor. Because when I was very means kid, you can say from childhood, as it was my dream that I would be a doctor. but I could
Mm-hmm.
not become a MBBS doctor. But yeah, still I am putting DR before my name, and that's
Yes.
why I feel privileged.
Mm-hmm. Exactly right. That was really amazing, whatever you have done, I must say. Yes, you are truly right. After marriage, really very tough to perceive our, especially education, I must say. As you
Yes,
mentioned,
it is for
yeah,
every woman. Yeah, it was not only for me, it was for every woman. But yeah, few condition was different for my side because I got married in very early age. Means being
yes. And
married at the age of
yes, yes,
being
ma'am, go ahead.
married, yeah, being, getting married at the age of 16, it was quite very, very difficult for a female, for a girl to handle
Mm-hmm.
all those things because of the maturity and the level of thought and all kind of situation which you confront suddenly because
Mm-hmm.
living with your parent in your mother house, it is quite difficult, it is quite different, and suddenly you switch your livelihood towards your in-laws family, and you are not mature enough at that time. It is quite difficult. So if I could be like 20 22 years age at that condition, it means I could not be so uncomfortable, and maybe I think I might have completed all my degree with a good score because academically you can say matriculation is a foundation for everyone.
Yes, ma'am. So as you mentioned, you got early marriage like in the age of 16. So I must say that time was also much different. Like previous maybe 20 or 25 years.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can say.
that time I can say the facilities was not as much as now.
Yeah, yeah, means it was the very vital reason you can say because I was very enthusiastic regarding means towards academic
Mm-hmm.
along with different kind of curriculum like
Mm-hmm.
learning music, learning painting, and mehndi, baking, cooking, all kind of stuff. I was very much means curious kind of person. You can say that I just wanted to learn everything and I
Mm-hmm.
did it. And I did all things one by one. I learned. I completed each and every courses
Okay,
after marriage.
that
Yeah,
is I can
after
say
marriage.
amazing. You learned so
Yeah,
much. You
but it
have
was
learned
quite
so many things after marriage.
difficult at that time to learn English language because I'm from Hindi medium background, and at that time there was no convent school even, and
Mm-hmm.
one or two schools were there, and few families was there who were able to means they were quite uh, means able you can say financially,
Mm-hmm.
economically that
Mm-hmm.
they only could send their children to that school. But
Mm-hmm.
at that time, I was and my family was not at that level so that they could send their children to convent school. That
Mm-hmm.
was the reason, and second reason was that the school where I completed my schooling was very near about means very nearer to my house, and my parent was quite comfortable after sending me to that school because it was very close to my house,
Mm-hmm.
and it was one of the most important reason. And second was the girls' school that was not co-education, and at
Okay.
that period of time, yeah, it was very important and vital issue for every person, every parent at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the reason for what I completed my education from Hindi medium background. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, means since that time I was too much enthusiastic regarding English language. I
Mm-hmm.
tried a lot, but I could not because of the situation and the era or genre where we live now in these days. We have Android phone, social media, lots of sources through which we can enhance not only
Yes.
language but also everything, whatever we want to enhance, whatever we want to occur.
Mm.
Everything we can get, we can
Yeah,
grab. You can
exactly.
say, yeah,
Exactly right.
means yeah, means for these facilities. But at that period of time, there was no Android phone. Few coaching centers were there.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to learn, if you wanted to means if you want to learn English language, spoken English classes, then you have to go to any coaching center. You have to get enrolled, and then you can start. and it was not so convenient, I can say. I
Hmm.
tried it, but I could not get result as much as I wanted.
Hmm.
So I thought that no, learning English is not a piece of cake for me. I think I cannot achieve this. So there was, repenting kind of feelings every time I feel. And when my son, got admission at convent school, Dinobli School, CMRI is a very famous school of Dhanbad. At that period of time, I started repenting and feeling like, embarrassed that why I could not learn English. Because
Hmm.
at that period of time, when your son study in any convent school, at that period of time, you always face parent-teacher meeting. You are compelled to go every time to school, meet with class teacher for understanding the situation of your kids. What is the means term and condition, and how kind of studying. Means how is the your your son is studying over there.
Hmm.
Means related to homework, examination, and means
Yeah,
education
there are
related
many
stuff.
activities, yeah, which we
Yeah,
have to speak with them, right? Right. We
yeah.
have to share, we have to speak, we have to discuss. There are many things, or I can
Many
say
things.
mama's vital role to connect with the teacher so that
Yeah,
our kids gets everything on the time.
yeah. Because at that time I felt, embarrassed. You can say because means often I used to go to school for my son's means related to my son's activities and all. But I was compelled to speak in Hindi, and it was quite. You can say that I was flattered at that time and feeling like I'm nothing. And
Yes.
finally I means observed that no matter how much degree you have, no matter how highly qualified you are, but if you don't know English, if your English communication is not good, it will feel, it will give you means what I can say means a different kind of embarrassed and
Hmm.
insulting feeling, insulting situation you face all the time and feel
Hmm.
like you are nothing. You are uneducated. You are illiterate
Yes,
because
I can.
the because a person, a lady who is not so qualified, she was if she is just 12 passed or just graduate, and if she is from English medium background and she is able to speak, convey, and express their thought, feelings in English, at
Hmm.
that time, their level would be like at the at the next level of uh,
Hmm.
people start thinking like she is very adequate. But
Yeah,
one side, if
exactly.
you have a and another side, if you have a highly degree and you are not able to speak even a single sentence in English, at that time it will feel like you are fool, you are illiterate,
Yes,
right?
right,
Right?
ma'am.
Yes.
Right, right. Yeah. Yeah, it was really a nice elaboration, I must say. I got it each and every point. So I must say my story is also a bit similar to you, like with you.
So
So
you
let
can
me tell you
resonate
my,
it.
yeah, I can resonate properly. So let me tell you my introduction in a brief. So as you know, my name is Suman. I'm from Delhi. I have done post graduation and along with that NTT diploma, I'm a teacher. I teach primary student and along with that, I give English spoken classes. Those are beginner students. So those like I never post any pamphlet or any post on my YouTube channel, but I got email and sometimes through my Instagram student, then I prefer to teach them. And apart from that, if I talk about my hobbies, so these days I just love to connect with the people, to enhancing myself, to polish my language. That's pretty much about me, ma'am. So
Thank you so
yeah,
much. The
if
feeling
I
means is
talk,
sounding like a yeah. So
yeah.
then one question I just want to ask you, Suman, that since when you have started learning this language, how means how much years or how much time you have been spending, or since when you have started learning this language?
Okay, so I have started my channel 2023, the month of September. But that time I used to talk on the audio call. And I started my video conversation when I started my channel. I started my channel the month of July 2024. So yeah, it's
Okay,
been approx 1.5 years.
okay. Means
Yeah.
directly you have started, means directly you have opened your channel. or
No,
after
first time.
spending?
After
Okay,
I can say 20 to 30 audio call, then I started my video. Like I started my YouTube channel. I started my YouTube journey from the scratch. Even though no, when I started to communicate with the people, so sometime I have to jot it down few questions to ask them because when I started my channel, that time I didn't have courage to pick the question immediately and like not every time but sometime if I think about oh she's a YouTuber, she has a really great command of this language, then I special try to jot it down few questions, then I will sit to for conversation. But I can say after just consistency, now I'm able to speak spontaneously. There is no
oh
need
great.
to preparation, there is no need to write down something. So
Okay,
now I got, or I can say, I acquired this level just because of consistency. Still, I make grammar mistakes sometime, but I'm working. Maybe I become a habitual, even though I know everything like grammar rule, I know, but in the flow I speak. So after speaking, I realize as well. So I'm working upon this.
great, great. You are doing means great job. And as you are very consistency, maintaining your consistency and doing putting hard effort on it, that's why you don't procrastinate. And as you are continuing doing your job and putting hard effort, that's why you are enhancing and enlightening. I can see because this kind of video conversation is very important because I made lots of audio audio call. I used to practice with audio because I didn't have any courage to come directly in front of the camera and making means video conversation means
Mhm,
I means it was quite you can say that means it was frightened me every time that
mhm,
no I cannot face, I cannot confront. So the facial expression, the the body language, and the means whenever I try to come directly in means spontaneously in front of the camera, I feel like means blank.
mhm.
And
And here
these
I
are
would
the
like
reasons.
to say, ma'am, here I, sorry for interrupting between. Here I would like to say, I already talked with you audio call. It was drastically changed, you know. When you talked to audio call, you are so fluent without taking a gap. You literally spoke really uh, in a fluent way. I can see, I can observe.
You can, yeah, observe because it is my first time, you can say, because it's been, I think, 2 years when I had one video call with Mansi Gola, and after that, I didn't have any video call because always I try to fly away from, means make lots of, means what we say, I just excuses. I just means I try to make any excuses. No, no, this time is not comfortable for me. From tomorrow I will start. From after completing this work I will start. So in this way I always avoid coming in front of the camera. That's
Hmm.
why. But now I have decided that yeah means at least one or two session every day is very important, and it would be I think great if I would also start a YouTube uh, channel for my practice because I come across the persons, lady or men, means either boys or girls, the persons who are running their YouTube channels and connecting with different kind of people, making conversation every day. Their level is some kind of different level you can say. Their level is there and enhancing day by day.
Hmm, hmm,
I
hmm.
don't know why. What is the magic in this YouTube channel? I don't know. That's why I just want to create and start,
Let me
making.
spill the beans. Let me spill the beans. Why they, those have a YouTube channel? Why they are literally improving day by day? Because YouTube teaches consistency. You know, somewhere if we are uploading something on the YouTube channel, and if we don't upload 1 or 2 days, so it seems we are not uploading to something on our channel. That is the thing make consistency. So if we have a
Uh,
YouTube channel, na, somewhere we have a tension, worried. yes, I have to upload something, and now I don't have video, so I have to conversation on the video call so that I can upload the video on my channel. This is the, I can say, only one point that push
Yeah.
us to do.
Yeah, means
Yes,
YouTube channel, always push you to do your job, do your duty at time
yes,
and maintain consistency, make video call at least once a day and upload it. Means YouTube always make you in the safe, you can say that. That's why
yes,
you are compelled making video call and uploading it. That's why I just wanted to know that is YouTube channel is really important if you want to enhance language because
mm.
still I didn't
Yeah,
start.
ma'am, you should start. You should start from today
Yeah.
onwards, I can say, because as you already understand, we shouldn't procrastinate the things. If you want to do
Yeah.
something, just do from today.
Yeah, I feel like, I tended to avoid coming in front of the video call. And I always give excuses to myself. No, no, no. From tomorrow I will start. First, let me complete this work. First, let me complete that work. After that, I will start from tomorrow.
Yeah,
So, in this way, I will start. In that way, I will start. But it means that day never came.
yeah, exactly right. Even though I also text you multiple times and you always respond me, no, no, Suman, this time is not suitable for me. We will catch up later.
Yeah, that was the
Yes.
reason. But now I have, and means I have got that much confidence that no, I have to come in front of the camera because it's only the way through which you can build yourself strong and boost your confidence. In this
Mhm.
way, you will connect with different kind of people from diverse background, and that will boost your confidence. I
Hmm.
think so because I come across those kind of person who are running their YouTube channels are very means confident and they are very fluent and day by day they are means improving drastically change I can see means
Yes.
in their language.
Hmm.
So that is the reason I also want to start. Let's see.
Yes, yes, definitely. And best of luck for your new journey. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
So
Okay.
any question if you want to know about me as today we are meeting first time that I think there is few questions inside your mind that
Yes, still I have one or two questions. Actually, I didn't do any planning to ask a question, and this question I also asked randomly because I got your message. I think before, actually, you messaged me, but I didn't see. Before
yeah.
connecting the session, I just saw your message and I replied. Okay, so
Okay.
I have a next question. I always curious to know about past things. So
Okay.
as we all know, this era, people have so many advantages, like to do something. But if I talk about your time, that was really very difficult. So I must say
Yes.
that time, uh, I just assume. So I have a next question. What was the biggest challenge during your PhD?
Okay. What was the biggest challenge during my PhD? It's a very important question. I would love to share my feelings at that time when I was pursuing my PhD degree. Actually, that time, leave saying anything regarding Android phone. At that time, even I means I don't have books. There was no any library. There was no any option. There was no any sources. And doing PhD at that time was not a joke. Was not a piece of cake. You can say it was hard nut to crack. So
Mhm.
as I didn't have any, there was no any facilities like there was no, and you know that during PhD you need lots of resources to means write down your thesis. You need lots of resources, and if you don't have any library,
nearby. If you
don't
don't
have any library nearby, and means university was also very far from my house, from my residence like Dhanbad to Hazaribagh was also very far, and you will be surprised to know that at that time there was no any connectivity to go university regularly. There was no any bus connection. There was no any train route was there at that time, and it was quite difficult for me to complete PhD.
Mhm.
But now in this time what I see means drastic change. There is no need to go to any library when you can directly means enter into any social site. You will get every topic from chat GPTs and Google and any many kind of resources and apps now in these days
Mm,
available on social media. There is no need to go any library. There is no need to buy any books. There is
mm,
no need to take any guide from your seniors and all. Everything you are getting through social media. Just go, print out, just go, type your topic, what kind of resources, what kind of content you want. Just you type, you will get thoroughly everything. Just
mm.
go and take it, print out it, and attach it with your theory. Now,
Yeah,
in these days, PhD students, I don't think that at that period, when I was pursuing, at that period, the difficulties which I faced, now in this time, means say students or the person who are pursuing PhD degree or higher education, they are not facing that kind of situation. I had to confront lots of problems, variety of problems. But yeah, there was confidence and there was determination that pushed me a lot, and it didn't allow me to procrastinate and leave it. And means I never thought to take a step back, because once when I start something doing, means when I planned that I have to do it, and when I take a step ahead, I never take my step back. It is my principle. And for that, after marriage, though I was married at the age of 16, when I was in matriculation, I was doing matriculation. Even I was not completed matriculation. I enter, means I take matriculation examination even after marriage. And that was the reason I didn't have any, though there was a dream in my mind somewhere, but I could not score a good marks because of that pressure, right? So you can say that from my genre to this genre, there is no comparison. You cannot
yeah,
compare. You cannot
exactly.
compare.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
And I must say
But
that time very rare girls choose to do PhD, I think. Very
yeah,
rare. May I know how
yeah.
many girls in your class
I was single.
in PhD?
Yeah. From my class, I was single. I was only person who got opportunity, because at that time, females were not so much aware regarding education, highly education and all. Means PhD is very far from anyone. I am, means I would like to share the condition of graduation and PG. When I was in PG, at that time in my class, there was only 16 female who were pursuing PhD, PG.
Okay.
MA, only 16 students were there. But
Mm-hmm.
now in these days, thousand
Thousands
students
of.
are completing their payments, PG, graduation, PG, and PhD everywhere.
Mhm.
There's
Right,
means
exactly right.
means now in these days, what I feel like, means it's become a very means easy to pursue higher degree. You can
Yeah,
go everywhere. At that time,
and
financial condition was also different. At that period of time, means there was no so much financial facility. You can say the flow of money was not like this. The
mm-hmm.
flow of money, which we are enjoying, the flow of money now in these days. At that period of time, the means money was also an important matter. That was the reason that why means many students could not
Yeah,
pursue their dream to fulfill.
exactly right. So I must say I really appreciate your dedication, hard work. As you mentioned, was you were one in your PG, sorry, during the
PhD,
PhD,
PhD.
yeah, during the
Yeah,
PhD. So that is the also great thing to motivate ourselves to do continue that journey, and especially that period of time. So really remarkable. And that was just your dedication, determination, just you have done. Otherwise, it was really tough, as you mentioned. There was no public transport, even though not any single. So yeah, I must say that
yeah, means
that
yeah,
period was really difficult.
right. And it was only my zeal, you can say, because
Hmm.
of my.
Part
I have a just last question.
Oh, means which year I was means
Yes, yes,
which year I was pursuing PhD, right?
yes,
You want to
yes,
say that?
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
it was
right.
2007 when I got PhD degree.
Okay, all right. Yes.
So, this kind of situation when I start sharing my feelings regarding my past, and when we start comparing our present life with, past life, it feel like, it was quite very hard nut to crack, and that I did.
Yeah,
That's why
exactly.
sometimes I feel
Exactly.
proud.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes I feel proud that, yeah, though there was difficulties, lots of hurdles, you know, then after, I could not stop my goal, means changing my goal. Though there
Mhm.
was no resources, there was no library, there was no any connectivity,
Mhm.
financial problem was there, but due to my determination and zeal power, I pursued and I got everything. Whatever I decided, whatever I decided, and whatever my dream was at that time.
Yeah, exactly right. And I really appreciate your determination, your hard work, especially that time. These days, everyone can do.
Yeah,
But if
yeah,
I talk about that day, so it was really very difficult because I used to listen from my grandmother, so like from my family members, what was that era? Even though, very rare girls to get opportunity to go outside to do study. Not every girl that time. So this is really
yeah, yeah,
remarkable to
yeah.
have done.
Yeah, and it was for me. I was privileged that means after marriage, I didn't go outside of Dhanbad. My Mecca is also in Dhanbad. It is just you can say after one colony, my in-laws family is. So there was no any kind of situation that I was compelled to change my schooling, change my college, change my circle, change my environment. No, everything was same as it was before marriage, and that was the reason. And secondly was my father means in-laws family. My father-in-law was very friendly, and it was his will that Nilam, you should do this. You should carry your education and academic career for ahead, because you are very small, means you are very young, and you should complete your at least bachelor degree. So
Mhm.
don't stop and carry on. I means I will support you as much as possible. Whatever will be possibility, I will help you. So you don't leave your study, you carry on. So because of him, I was, I think, able to, complete all my higher
Yes.
education. And but he means up to PhD degree was also means I think not. PhD degree was not in his dream. I think he
Hmm.
was planning to do. He was just planning for me that at least I should complete my bachelor degree so that graduation would be there
Hmm.
with me.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah. But
But
I must say,
when I
yes, yes.
started pursuing PG and then PhD, then my father-in-law was also surprised that what are you doing? What do you want
Okay.
to do? Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now he has.
No, no, no. He expired 2 years back, and
Mhm.
I always missed him because he was not only my father-in-law. He was my father. You can say my friend, my father, my means he was a person, who can understand everything, even you are not speaking, even you are not sharing your problem. He had that much capacity, observing ability, that without saying anything, he could
He can
observe. Yeah,
understand.
yeah, understand, and without asking anything, he was always ready to provide any kind of help. And that's why I was able to complete. Otherwise, it was not possible. After marriage, completing means the PhD. Since matric to PhD is not a joke at
Yeah,
that period of time.
yes, yes, right. Yeah, so yeah, you are absolutely right. If any girl or any woman want to do something after marriage, so family supports must be important.
Very
Uh,
important. Without support, you cannot pursue. You cannot do anything because and now in this time, early marriage is not commonly you will not find any early marriage. Mostly means girls are completing their degree like graduation, PG, PhD, and they are doing job and all. At that period of time, they decide to, yeah, now we should go for marriage. But early age, it was not so possible. It was not quite possible. Our future plan was in our parents' hand. Whatever our parents will decide, we have to accept silently.
yes,
So
yes,
it was a yeah, it was the reason. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So okay, ma'am, it was really amazing session. I thoroughly enjoy each and every bit, and thank you so much for giving your precious time.
Okay, Suman, thank you so much. I would also like to extend my thanks to you because you gave me precious time, and it was my first video call, and that's why I'm feeling so privileged and delightful. Thank you so much, and I
Yeah.
hope again I will we will meet in another video. So
Yes,
it would
yes,
be
very soon.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Bye bye.